Hello, hello. Hello? Hello? Okay, good, thank you.
नरेश जी आपका लाइट थोड़ा your face is a little you need some light on your face.
How is that now?
No, I think you need some more light on you. Your face is
There must be something wrong because I have enough light here. There's one shining right on my face. Because
the
I
light.
don't see.
What about the light at the back? If you close it,
Oh, that you are talking to Deepak. That is Deepak. That's not me.
oh,
Naresh, turn your video on, okay?
Video is on.
please switch on your camera.
Let's see. Oh yes, definitely yes. Okay, now it is.
Sorry, it was a case of mistaken identity.
Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Naresh Vashish Sir, respected Director, Professor Rajiv Shekhar Sir, respected Deputy Director, Professor Dheeraj Kumar Sir, Professor S.P. Banerjee, former Director of IIT ISM, Mr. V.K. Arora, Chief Mentor, KCT Group, and President of IIT ISM Alumni Association Kolkata Chapter, Ashok Kumar Sir, R.P. Ritolia Sir, our distinguished alumnus, and other distinguished guests, I cordially welcome you to the 97th Foundation Day celebrations of IIT ISM. I, Devopriya Ganguly, feel honored to be hosting this event. Today is a very special day for the Institute, for us, for our students, for its alumni, for its partnering organizations, for the IIT ISM community, as this prestigious institute turns 97. IIT ISM's journey on the road to a century since its foundation in 1926 is indeed commendable. Institutes of learning such as IIT ISM are spaces providing the students the opportunity to think intensively and to think creatively. With a deep history and a rich heritage of learning, dignity, and integrity of 97 years, IIT ISM has molded the lives of its students, who have carried forward the principles of this institute and have served and shaped the nation and the world. May I request the permission of the director to begin with the celebrations of the Foundation Day. Thank you, sir. I now request the choir to commence the program with the invocation song. I would like to invite the director, Professor Rajiv Shekhar, to please light the ceremonial lamp. I also request the Deputy Director, Professor Dheeraj Kumar Sir, to kindly join him. I also invite the dignitaries to please come forward and light the ceremonial lamp. I request the volunteers to extend a floral welcome to our dignitaries. Respected Deputy Director, Professor Dheeraj Kumar Sir, I would like to invite Professor S. Chatterjee, Dean Faculty, on the stage to deliver his welcome address.
A very good morning to one and all present here. Today is a wonderful day and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all on the 97th Foundation Day of IIT ISM, Dhanbad. On behalf of the entire team of IIT ISM Dhanbad, I welcome all the dignitaries present here. Indian School of Mines was started as an institution to impart education in mining and mineral sciences on 9th December 1926. And today, it has grown to a technical institute with various academic departments. Of course, it is a momentous occasion on account of many reasons. We are extremely glad to welcome our honorable chief guest, Sri Naresh Vasisht ji. He is an illustrious alumnus of IIT ISM 1967 batch. He had his bachelor's degree in petroleum engineering and is currently the president of Omimax Resources, Inc., USA. A very warm welcome to you, virtual welcome to you, sir. It is a great pleasure to welcome our director, Professor Rajiv Shekhar, who has always supported us whenever required. We are fortunate to have our former director, Professor S.P. Banerjee, with us. We welcome you, sir. We are very happy to welcome Sri V.K. Arora ji, Chief Mentor of KCT Group and President of IIT ISM Alumni Association, Kolkata Chapter. We welcome our alumni, Sri Ritolia ji, Sri Ashok Kumar ji. We welcome our Deputy Director, Professor Dheeraj Kumar. We extend our warm welcome to all other alumni present here, deans, associate deans, faculty colleagues, officers, staff members, research scholars, and students whose tireless effort made the institution thrive as a legacy of excellence and inventiveness. We welcome press and media persons present here. For more than 9 decades, our institution has not only produced highly academically qualified individuals, but people with the overall development and growth. Foundation Day is the day when the past, present, and future of the institution come together, taking vows to uplift the institute to the greatest possible heights and dimensions. We get to acknowledge those brilliant minds who escalated the path towards development and prosperity in all aspects. It is our great pleasure to welcome our colleagues who are going to be conferred with Long Service Award, who have given 25 years of their precious lifetime in serving IIT ISM Dhanbad. We heartily welcome our faculty colleagues who, as a result of their relentless endeavors, emerged in the top 2% of world scientist list in a survey conducted by Stanford University. With immense pleasure, we welcome our research scholars and their supervisors who will avail the prestigious Inder Mohan Thapar Research Award for the year 2022. It is our proud moment to welcome the awardees of product development for institutional governance. We also appreciate and welcome our PMRF awardees and student achievers in various activities of the year 2022. We heartily welcome our Senior Security Officer, Sri Ram Manohar ji, for his continuous and tireless effort in crisis management. We seek blessings and good wishes from our seniors and well-wishers to succeed IIT ISM Dhanbad in all regards and have the best future in coming days. With this, I welcome you all once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite our director, Professor Rajiv Shekhar, on the stage to deliver his address.
Respected Shri Naresh Vashist ji, respected V.K. Arora ji, respected Professor S.P. Banerjee ji, our respected alumni, faculty, students, officers and staff, it is indeed a great privilege and honor to host all of you on the occasion of the 97th Foundation Day. I would like to thank Naresh Vashist ji, who has been a catalyst for change in the area of product development that we wish to pursue. I would also like to thank V.K. Arora ji, who has been connected to IIT ISM through his efforts in instituting and continuing the Inder Mohan Thapar Awards and his various advice on various issues. And Professor Banerjee, you had a big hand in the legacy of this institute. Ye to aap hi ka institute hai. You know, it is a very momentous occasion. We are only 3 years away from the centenary celebrations, and that too as a thriving institution poised to take off and be counted among the pantheon of elite institutions. However, the pleasure and joy of the 1997th Foundation Day is tempered by the untimely demise of one of our meritorious students, Mr. Cherukuru Praveen, 3 days back. And in fact, this raises a very important question for IIT ISM and other IITs in general. The mental and academic pressures faced by students, especially those students who work very hard, but somehow are not able to do well academically. On top of that, they have to deal with societal expectations, expectations from their families, that since they have come in IIT, they're going to be big shots, be very wealthy. It creates enormous pressures. And these are young minds. When they come, there are so many social distractions, social pressures. And on top of that, we have academics. So the question is, how do we deal with it? We have systems in place. We have a counseling service, though it is very limited because of the geographical location of Dhanbad. We have a very good online counseling system called Your Dost, which is available 24/7, and a lot of students use it. And the moment there are some issues are red flagged, serious, a WhatsApp comes to Professor M.K. Singh, the Dean Student Welfare, and myself, and we react. But what it appears is that these measures are not adequate. We cannot afford to lose even a single life. And the difficult part here is that many of these students who have these academic and mental problems do not come forward. So the challenge before IIT now, IIT ISM now, is how do we identify such cases so that we can take remedial action before such unfortunate events happen. So this is where the departments and the student body, they have to chip in and help us identify such cases so that we can take remedial steps. Now, it's been 4.5 years since I joined this institute. So I want to briefly reminisce my journey in ISM since my arrival from IIT Kanpur on, I remember the date, March 26th, 2018. Well, I arrived from an elite institution with apprehension writ large on my face. Sure about the path I wanted to steer IIT ISM to, but unsure about the ways of going about it. Challenges were enormous: academics, R&D, students' affairs, establishment, faculty selection, infrastructure, media branding, placement, etc. But I'm proud to say it was an excellent effort, and we achieved our highest NIF ranking of 11 in 2021, although it dropped slightly to 14 in 2022, but I'm certain it was a minor blip. We have all the systems and processes in place, and I can assure you, IIT ISM is all set to soar. Now, it has been a learning from us. You know, the transition from a professor to director is enormous. As a professor, आपको कोई responsibility नहीं है, आप कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं. So there are limitations, as I have found out in my case. A big learning is one person can be a harbinger of change, but change can only be achieved by teamwork and a sense of camaraderie among all the stakeholders. And hence, I want to compliment and salute the human spirit of the ISM family, our faculty colleagues, students, officer colleagues, staff colleagues, who have overwhelmingly voted for change. एक तो मेरा विश्वास एकदम पक्का हो गया है, हर जगह लोग को एक अच्छे सिस्टम की चाहत है. द ओनली थिंग इज, कैन यू प्रोवाइड अ फैसिलिटेटिंग एटमोस्फेयर? And really, thanks to all of you, because of without you it would not have been possible. लेकिन एक भी मेरा फर्म बिलीफ है डिवाइन इंटरवेंशन का, कि जब तक भगवान का हाथ आपके सर में नहीं रहता है, आप अच्छा कर ही नहीं सकते. And you know, I took a lot of risks and it paid off. I bet on the younger faculty and officers and it paid off handsomely. I am proud to say that we have the youngest crop of deans, associate deans, HODs and officers among all the IITs. You know, kabhi it's amazing how instinct takes off. And I'll just give you some example to lighten the atmosphere. When I first came, I did not know anybody, and a couple of people, and that too distantly. How did I select my deputy director? It's amazing. I was toying between two names, and one day a message comes from MHRD, you have to prepare a video on some student activities by tomorrow 5 p.m. I gave the job to Dheeraj and Professor Patnaik, and they did a wonderful job. So Professor Patnaik became Deputy Director and Professor Dheeraj Kumar became Dean of International Relations and Alumni Affairs. ये डिवाइन इंटरवेंशन नहीं है तो क्या है? उसके बाद शालिवाहन जी, plugged him out of obscurity. Somebody suggested me, and man, did he revolutionize the R&D system. As a deputy director, he made sure he would tackle everything at his level, even areas where he was not supposed to be there, so that मेरे पास कुछ नहीं पहुंचे. And now I'm proud to say he's the director of Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy, Vishakhapatnam. M.K. Singh ji, you know, student affairs is one of the trickiest problems. M.K. Singh ji jo aaye, he was very active in our social services. उन्होंने मैंने associate dean बनाया, and somehow it struck he could be a dean students well, good dean students welfare, and he did a wonderful job. Subhashis यहाँ हैं. His story is even more wonderful. On the first convocation, I saw two faculty members, you know, रात को diligently sticking numbers on the chairs for the convocation, very diligently. So he became my associate dean faculty and later dean faculty. And this, all my dean's colleagues, all HODs, all my colleagues have done such a wonderful job to make IIT ISM well known. Sagar dekhiye, if Sagar Pal, our dean R&D, was there in MNRE, MEIT, electronics, DST, अब सब लोग IIT ISM को अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं, and it would not have been possible without their efforts. So I would again like to thank all my colleagues for this incredible journey. But we cannot afford to rest on our laurels. We need to challenge the hegemony of the old IITs and IICs. So we need to chart a new path. It simply cannot be project publications. The first path is creating an innovative product development ecosystem for undergraduate students. PhD students do their research, master students do their research. But a very smart group of IIT has been left out of this R&D and product development ecosystem. Nothing has changed. उस समय भी हम लोग एग्जाम के पहले पढ़ते थे, आज भी लोग एग्जाम से पहले पढ़ते हैं. The only difference is students are more career focused, but some of their ideas are a little misplaced, but everything was the same. So we were wondering, how do we tap this talent? And this is where Naresh Vashish ji stepped in. So with a generous gift of rupees 8 crores, we set up the Naresh Vashish Center for Tinkering and Innovation, and it has high-end laboratories on IoT and sensors, robotics, smart manufacturing, pouch, batteries, gaming and animation. And we have a non-government corpus of about rupees 20 crores. And we plan to spend at least 2 crores per year. And this initiative is being led by Professor Pankaj Mishra, our Dean Innovation. And it took us some time. But NVCTI is fast becoming a vibrant center for student innovation activities. In fact, one of the things we have consciously decided कि हम लोग बाहर से काम कराएंगे ही नहीं. You look at Dean International Relations and Alumni Affairs, Dean Media Branding, website development, everywhere our students are involved. So what next? How do we take this idea of product development forward and make it a sustainable feature? And one of the things we have done is we are going to promote the concept of learning by doing. So the idea is to develop skills in emerging areas. You all know machine learning, blockchain, robotics, analytics, etc. In many of these areas, we do not have expertise, or we need to develop more expertise. So what we want to do is develop a student-led system for innovation and product development. What we would like to do is a group of senior students. And here we exploit the strong bond between the seniors and juniors. Kanpur mein aisa nahi tha. Between the seniors and juniors at IIT ISM. And here is to train some students by doing micro credentials. These are mini courses. You know, a full course is very difficult. It becomes theoretical, mathematical, and students lose interest. So the idea is they do the micro credentials, they start working on it, on a project, and while working, when they develop interest, they can take up, develop further knowledge through online platforms or through courses at IIT ISM. And what we want is these senior students should pass off their skills to the junior students. And this is how our media branding cell, and you will see one example through a video, or of Dean International Relations and Alumni Affairs is working. Now, one of the major challenges is another innovation is a course on social entrepreneurship. One of the major challenges is getting good ideas. I always say, I repeat ad infinitum, that एक गुजराती या मारवाड़ी को 200 मीटर चलने बोलो, वो आपको 2 business ideas देगा which can be commercialized. और दूसरों को बोलो, they will only spot problems and blame other people for not doing their job well. So, and the main issue here in entrepreneurship is how do you get an idea? So we have started a course on social entrepreneurship. It's a 1-lecture course given by experts from NGOs, grassroots workers, government, on areas related to healthcare, education, environment, livelihood, sanitation, etc. And it has 2 other interesting components. One, they have to do a project where in an area like environment, they are allotted a state and a country. They have to find out the best case studies of that area, for example, sanitation, and tell us how it can be adapted to, let's say, a locality in Dhanbad. The other problem is, other thing is, every weekend they visit bastis, government schools, hospitals, rural health centers, agricultural fields, etc. And they are supposed to identify a problem and provide a technology solution. And the first part was a hit. We had 140 students registering the course. We are also doing certain things to increase the industry academic connect. Now we are encouraging all faculty who are teaching compulsory course in departments to have 2 to 4 lectures in every compulsory course from industry experts through the online mode. Has been a great boom. We will also be continue the pre-pandemic practice of flipped courses where students learn online. They are provided tutorials for problem solving and doubt clarification. They give their exams and they get a grade. And these are areas where we are not very well equipped. A faculty who is associated with it is expected to teach the course later after a year or so. The other major challenge is, even though it is an engineering education with 18 branches, सबको लेकिन एक ही branch चाहिए, computer science and engineering. So the major issue is, how do we revitalize core engineering education? In fact, recently, the professor in charge placement told me that, what the company's feedback was, students are short on technical knowledge, but they're skewed towards coding. Everybody wants to do coding. Everybody wants to. One day a student called me, sir, I'm confused. I said, what's your department? Mechanical. क्या बनना चाहते हो? कंप्यूटर साइंस. वो तो हमने कहा सब बनना चाहते हैं. तो क्या करना है? कोडिंग करना है. क्या कोडिंग करना है? You'll be amazed what they think of website development. The lowest activity in this coding value chain. So what we are trying to do is, we have to communicate that technology, especially with the introduction of Industry 4.0, has completely revolutionized core industries. And what is important is not whether you are a computer scientist or you are a mining engineer. In fact, mining has changed considerably. What is important is आप किस area में expert है. तो ये बताना होगा students को कि package is not the important thing. Life is a marathon. If you ask Usain Bolt to run a marathon at his 9.93 seconds per 100 meters, he's going to tire out in 2 minutes. And a marathon runs for, I think, couple of hours. And we are trying to do this, and we are trying to emphasize the importance of software through introduction of design and analysis through software in different courses. I write blogs, promote the use of software, as I said, in theory and practical courses. And in fact, seeing is believing. There is a very riveting series called Impossible Engineering and Discovery Plus. And they talk about some of the major engineering achievements. They talk in detail, very inspiring. And finally, we have a Section 8 company called TechSmin Foundation. It's the technology innovation hub for mining and innovation. And Professor Dheeraj Kumar, as project director, has done an amazing job. We have investment in kind and in cash worth more than 200 crores from companies such as Dassault Systems, Sandvik, Orica, Esri. CIL has also invested 10 crores for innovation in mining and exploration space, which, by the way, is a relatively untapped space compared to other areas. We have also tied up with global mining and exploration consultants, for example, SRK Consulting. And our incubatees are providing technology solutions which are being implemented on the ground in mines. So what we have, what is our aim for TechSmin? That we will provide technology and services and compete with companies such as Accenture. We have the wherewithal, we have the collaboration, we have the brains at IIT, ISM to do it. And in fact, I am very proud to say TechSmin, an incubatee of TechSmin and SRK Consulting have got a 3 crore order from Odisha Mining Corporations to digitize 2 mines, if I understand, or prepare the plans for digitizing 2 mines. We have also got a big project to re-engineer the processes and digitize the operations of the mining regulator, DGMS. As I said, my ultimate dream is we should be the #1 technology and services company in the space of exploration and mining. And I just wanted to point out, exploration and mining doesn't mean we neglect all the department. We are working on the hub and spoke model. When you are talking of technology, robotics comes in, electronics comes in, computer science comes in. But the beauty is this space is open for us. And another area which we'll go into large is mining machinery, only institute having the expertise in India. Mining machinery is also an open space. We are not going to delve in automobiles. बड़े चीज पे ध्यान देंगे, like mining machinery equipment. And finally, what we are also want to do is aim for large projects. We had projects worth 176 crores in the last 4.5 years. May look large, but it is not. The average project size per faculty is only 10 lakhs. It has to increase. So we are going for very high value research centers. That is one way. One center for hydrogen being held by Professor Sandeepan Das is there. And second, we hope to get a 23 crore research center from Tata Steel in the area of mining, exploration, and mineral processing, which will be extended later. So what I can only say, sky is the limit. और हम लोग ऊपर पहुंचेंगे. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and encouraging words. Your tireless efforts and impeccable endeavors have surely inspired us to chase and fulfill our aspirations. I now invite Professor Rajni Singh on the stage, Dean Media and Branding, to take over from here.
Thank you, Debupriya. If at all, the story of giving back gets scripted in history of IIT ISIM, the name that will subsume to the surface is that of Shri Naresh K. Vashisht, the man behind NVCTI. NVCTI is a gift from our alumnus to his alma mater, a gift to our students to drive their ideas into reality, a gift that truly endures. Let's see through this video what facilities NVCTI has to offer to the students here. connection, selflessness, intellect, generosity, inspiration, humanity, empowerment, all stand synonymous to just one name, that's of Shri Naresh K. Vashisht. Let me take the pleasure of introducing our chief guest to you. Shri Naresh K. Vashisht, an illustrious alumnus of IISM Dhanbad, graduated with a BTech in Petroleum Engineering in 1967 and served the Oil and Natural Gas Commission in the Ankeshwar project for a brief period before joining the Petroleum Development Oman, a company owned by the Royal Dutch Shell. He migrated to the US in 1970 and obtained his master's in petroleum engineering from Texas A&M University and also a degree in master's in business administration. He subsequently joined the Amerada Hess Corporation of USA as a field engineer and worked there for 8 years. In 1980, he left Amerada and joined Southland Royalty as a manager of enhanced oil recovery. He worked there for 2 years and then joined a startup company, Quinoco Petroleum, as the vice president of engineering. They gave him a small equity interest in the company, which was the beginning of his exposure to entrepreneurship as he learned the inner workings of an oil company. After Quinoco was sold, he took his share of the proceeds and started Omimex Petroleum in 1987. His first acquisition was a package of marginal 110 wells scattered in 6 states in the USA. At that time, he had no staff and no office, and most banks refused loan to finance the package of wells. He could rent small office and set up his oil gassing production in 6 states when a bank came forward with loan. The hard work paid off. Loans were repaid within a year, and the bank happily laid trust on his ventures. The bank advertised with a banner, "We are known by the companies we keep," using the name Omimex Petroleum. In addition to this, Mr. Vashisht took the risk of acquiring operating oil fields from Texaco in 1994 in a turmoil situation that was prevailing in Colombia and withstood the rough winds to see the fair weather again. Mr. Vashisht has diversified his business in several directions that include agaricious mushroom cultivation, cellular phone service providing operator, fertilizer production, and manufacturing of explosive-grade ammonium nitrate for coal mining industries. The interesting part of such diversified entrepreneurship is that each one was acquired and expended many folds before it got sold in running conditions. Shri Vashisht has also turned out as the greatest benefactors of ITISM through his generous donation for setting up a Tinkering and Innovation Center at the Institute, which now bears his name, Naresh Vashisht Center for Tinkering and Innovation, popularly known as NVCTI. Now I request Vashisht sir to deliver the 97th Foundation Day address. Please, sir.
Thank you for this very elaborate introduction. Thank you, Professor Shekhar, for inviting me into this Foundation Day ceremony. To all the distinguished guests, students, faculty, alumni, my greetings from Texas, where it's now 11 o'clock, midnight almost. In 1963, 60 years ago, because when I came, this hall, Penman Hall, a debate was arranged. And the topic of that debate was, क्या किसी देश की उन्नति के लिए एक राष्ट्र भाषा का होना जरूरी है? So I spoke in favor of that topic. and the judges liked my arguments, and I was given first prize. But unfortunately today, everybody is speaking in English, so I will continue my lecture with the English. Once upon a time, under a tree, a man asked the mighty tree, "What is your future? Should we look after your flowers and fruits?" Tree replied, "No, just take care of my roots." 97 years ago, a tiny seed was put in this soil, which now has become a mighty tree. Root of this tree are deep and strong. We must nurture them, make it grow stronger. Remember our motto, legacy that inspires the future. Our alma mater is one of the oldest institutions in India. During its 97 years of existence, this institute produced graduates who went out and became leaders in their respective fields, not only in India, but around the world, and contributed to the society they lived in. Foundation Day is a time to reflect on our past achievements and focus on our future challenges. Our past was bright, and it's up to us, students, staff, and alumni, to make the future impactful and glorious. This institute was started as a premier institute in earth sciences, and now it has expanded into a number of other curriculums. The progress is very visible with number of new buildings we can see all around us. While we constructed new buildings, we did not forget to preserve our old heritage buildings. We must strive to achieve high ranking in among colleges, not only in India, but internationally. That is only possible with cutting edge research and innovation to achieve that goal. To achieve that goal, 5 forces have to work in unison. The first is students. Students from an institute are like a product from a factory. If the product produced by a factory is of excellent quality, factory's brand name gets value. Similarly, if an institute produces brilliant graduates that bring name and fame to that institution, IIT brand is known all over the world because of the graduates it produced. India today is in a unique position. Look around the world. Population in all major economies are going down. Where the population is growing, there is conflicts and wars. The only bright spot is India. So our institutions are going to be the source of that talent in research and innovation in the future. Students, be proud of your alma mater. When you graduate and leave this campus, take a part of it in your hearts. Next is the staff. Staff has major role in quality of graduate coming out of an institution. Our staff must keep pace with the latest development in methods of teaching and innovations. I dream of a day when a Nobel Prize is awarded to a faculty of IIT ISN. Some may think I'm daydreaming. For those naysayers, I want to recite a famous saying by some unknown writer, so I cannot give credit, who said, "कौन कहता है कि आकाश में छेद नहीं हो सकता? एक बार पत्थर उछाल के तो देख प्यारे." As a premier institute in mining, we have research opportunities in minerals. For example, a more abundant, cheaper, and better performing substitute for lithium and such other subjects. Alumni. This institute has produced graduates who went out and became leader in their chosen fields and professions, and played, and these professionals can play a major role towards the success of this institute. Our alumni has gathered wealth and specialized knowledge. If they cannot contribute monetarily, they should contribute the knowledge they have gathered over the years. Alumni should show pride and get involved in the affairs of this institute. I, for one, must practice what I preach. So today, I'm announcing the opening of a new center for hydrogen, carbon capture, utilization, and sequestration technologies at IIT ISM at the cost of 10 crore rupees, which Vashisht Foundation will provide. I hope that one day I read in papers or see on television that research from 2 centers I have sponsored here has brought transformational changes in the life of millions, and I hope and pray that that happens during my lifetime. Industries. Industries are the final beneficiaries of the product of these institutions, because graduates of these institutes run those companies and make them successful. So industries must invest in these institutes in the form of research grants and scholarships. A partnership with academia and industries will benefit both and the nation. Then the governments. Last but not the least, government should provide generous funding for R&D and better benefit for the staff in order to attract talent into teaching profession and provide job opportunities to the graduate of these schools of learning. Thank you for your time. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. ITISM holds a legacy of 97 rich, glorious years, and it's nurtured, loved, and cared by alumnus like you. The announcement of the setting up of a center for hydrogen and CO2 capture and sequestration is such a beautiful start towards our mission 2026. So you also mentioned about your participation in some contest way back in perhaps in 1960s in this Penman Auditorium. And through this beautiful video, which we have named as Blended Now and Then, we are going to project what ITISM was then and how it has transformed now. So this is a photo story curated by Media and Branding Cell, and it's presented to this beautiful audience. We came to this road still leads to pride of our institute. It was the pride of ISM then, it is the pride of ITISM now. It was and is the largest auditorium which is now equipped with the state-of-the-art features. Your Penman Auditorium. The Golden Jubilee Lecture Theatre. Our playground. academic hotspot, which has now added another glory. The new Central Library, the cafeteria, and the other hotspots, eateries on campus. And of course, the RD, iconic tea stall, which has ever remained the same. The new centers and facilities that have come up in the recent years. NVCTI, Sandvik Mine Automation Center, Learning Center, CIL in Innovation and Incubation Center, and many more are yet to come. And now it's time for the felicitations. Every year on the Foundation Day, it's been customary to acknowledge the long association of our employees with the Institute. Those who complete 25 long years serving the Institute are felicitated on this day. This year, the recipients of the Long Service Award are Professor VMSR Murthy, Dr. Pramod Mathur, and Shri R.K. Bishwas. I request our Director, Sir, to do the honors. May I call upon Professor VMSR Murthy, Department of Mining Engineering, for rendering 25 long years of his services to this institute. Let's put our hands together for Professor Murthy. Meanwhile, we request R.K. Bishwas, the Junior Engineer, ECMU, to please come onto the stage and receive the honors. It's really a very touching moment for the long service awardees. Now I request Professor VMSR Murthy from the Department of Mining Engineering, who served the Department of Mining Engineering for 25 long years and also the Institute in manifold ways. The next recipient of the Long Service Award is Dr. Pramod Mathur, who is not here with us. He is on deputation, the Additional Registrar Admin. Thank you, sir. Media and Branding takes the opportunity of releasing the newest edition of the Institute newsletter to inform our distinguished... Can we project the newsletter, please? To inform our distinguished guests and the audience here, the quarterly newsletter of ITISM is one of the seminal channels to keep our extended community up to date on the latest news of the Institute. So please catch up on the exciting developments from the different corners of the Institute through Volume 4, Issues 1 and 2 of this newsletter. It will be shared with you shortly. Now we move on to the next category of award, which is the Inder Mohan Thapar Research Award, popularly known as the IMTR Award. This award has been instituted by Shri V.K. Arora, Chief Mentor, KCT Group. In total, we have 17 IMTR awards, one for each department. This award comprises a certificate and a check of rupees 30,000 for each awardee. It is given to the one who has carried out exceptionally good research in a chosen field. We have with us our generous donor of the IMTR Award, Mr. V.K. Arora, the Chief Mentor, Karmachand Thapar and Brothers, Coal Sales Limited. To introduce him further, Mr. V.K. Arora is a graduate in mining engineering in 1967 from Indian School of Mines, Dhanbad. While managing the operations of coal mines belonging to erstwhile Thapar Group, he collected extensive experience in both open cast and underground mines in some of the most efficiently run units. After having worked as president and after having put in 50 years of service with Karmachand Thapar and Brothers Coal Sales Limited, he is presently designated as Chief Mentor of the company. KCT has a sizable presence in the logistics of domestic coal, handling about 70 metric ton per year by road, rail, and rail-cum-road-cum-sea route. In addition, as ex-chairman of the Mining and Construction Equipment Division of CII, he has been regularly contributing thoughts and ideas towards the policy making in regard to the emerging coal scenario leading to the auction of coal blocks. As president of the Indian Coal Merchants Association and chairman of the Indian Mining Federation, he has played a critical role in representing the needs and concerns of the various coal consumers with regard to the marketing and distribution of coal by means of regular interaction with the Ministry of Coal, Ministry of Railways, and Coal India Limited. Mr. Arora has been regularly contributing as a speaker in various conferences of CIL and other trade body relating to energy, coal, and logistics. May I now invite Sir to give away the IMTR awards to the awardees. May I request Sir to share his thoughts with us, and thereafter Sir would be presenting the IMTR awards to the recipients. Please, Sir.
Professor Rajiv Shekhar, Professor S.P. Banerjee, and the other dignitaries sitting in the front, and my dear students. It was way back in 1957 that I had spent 1 week in IIT Kharagpur where I had got admission in electrical engineering. At that time, IIT was established under a vision of Pandit Nehru, as IITs were supposed to lead the nation to a course of building infrastructure for this great country. Now, my decision to switch from IIT Kharagpur to ISM Dhanbad was on economic grounds. Graduates from ISM were assured of higher salaries than graduates of IIT. Coming from a family which had come as refugees from Pakistan, I was keen to support my family, knowing no difference between mining and electrical engineering at all. Friends, after 65 years, we are proud of the fact that ISM is now IIT ISM, and all subjects of engineering and humanities are being taught here. We hope that this education will produce young scholars who want to make a difference. Earning money is important, but equally important is to do something for the country, something which can bring up the standards of life of an average Indian of this great country. 8 years ago, when I had come to IIT ISM, I was told by the then director that world-class research was being done by scholars in few branches. A question was asked if we could reward some of them for the great quality of research being done by them. We immediately agreed, and that is how Inder Mohan Thapar Research Awards was instituted in 6 subjects. Awards included a citation and a prize of rupees 50,000 each. Our group, that is the KCT group, was very happy to reward the scholars who had produced such outstanding research. Mr. Inder Mohan Thapar was a visionary, and he as a leader was responsible for our group being the 2nd largest producer of coal in the country. This year, again, Professor Rajiv Upadhyay and Professor Sagar Pal, Dean of Research, approached me that this level of research is now being done in all the 17 subjects which are being taught here, and we should extend the awards to all the 17 subjects. Now, we as a group want to encourage R&D in all branches of engineering and humanities. We had great pleasure in saying yes. The promoters of our group are happy to reward all good work that leads the country to make Atmanirbhar Bharat, and that's how I am here to give the awards in person, possibly after a gap of 3 years this time. We are very happy to see that out of the 17 awards, 5 have gone to the girls. A girl doing well in life shall make all the difference to a lot more people, and we shall be happy to see more and more girls doing this kind of research. I am particularly happy as I'm a proud father of 3 daughters who have done well in life, and we have never felt the absence of a son in our life. Now, my request to all the scholars and winners and their professors, please ensure that some of the research is put to commercial use. After all, research in science and engineering should lead to design of a product or a system which can improve the life of a common man. Our congratulations to all the award winners and their professors who have guided them. I would like to thank Professor Sagar Paul, Dean of Research, Mr. Rajiv Upadhyay, and last but not the least, Mr. Rajiv Shekhar, the energetic director of this institute, who is leading this institute from the front and is out to make this institute as one of the best in the country. That is our dream, your dream, and everybody present here. So let's join in complimenting the entire team of the people who have, been responsible for taking it forward. So thank you very much.
Should come from. Now it's time. Right. Now it's time to announce the names of the awardees from the different departments. And I would also request the supervisors to join the scholars. So from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology, we have Ms. Rinki Kumari, and I request Professor Sumanta K. Sahu to join her in receiving the award. This award comprises a certificate and award money. This award money would be transferred directly to the account of the awardee.
She has assured me that we will get benefit out of this. Thank you.
Now, the next recipient is from the Department of Applied Geology, Jagdish Kundu, and the supervisor is Professor Kripamoy Sarkar. Now I call upon Prasenjit Sarkar from the Department of Applied Geology and request Professor Somen Maiti to join. Next is Mr. Manish Chaudhary from the Department of Mathematics and Computing, and request Professor M.K. Singh to join. Now I call upon Vikas Chandra Swain from the Department of Physics, and the professor is Umakant Tripathi. From the Department of Chemical Engineering, Balkrishna Tudu has received the IMTR award. I request Professor Aditya Kumar to join. Next, we have Somil Yadav from the Department of Civil Engineering, and I request Professor Sarath Kumar Panda to join. From the Computer Science and Engineering Department, we have Karthik Sutradhar. I request Professor Hariom, the supervisor, to join. From the Electrical Engineering Department, we have Karuna Kiran. I request the supervisor, Professor Sukanta Das, to join. Now I call upon Gaurav Das from Electronics Engineering Department and request the supervisor, Ravi Kumar Gangwar, to join. From the Department of Environmental Science and Engineering, we have Soni Kumari, who will be receiving this award. I request the supervisor, Professor Shija Jagdevan, to join.
Pollutants are being eliminated and being used as a fertilizer. Very good. Very good.
From the Fuel, Mineral and Metallurgical Engineering Department, we have Gaurav Jha. I request the supervisor, Professor Shatrughan Soren, to join.
Working for Tata Steel R&D.
Next, from the Humanities and Social Science Department, we have Mopikta Mukherjee. And I invite the supervisor, Professor Nirban Manna, to join her in receiving the award.
About some drama, isn't it? Blind theater. Calcutta में है, श्याम बाजार में. Humanities बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे.
Next, from the Management Studies and Industrial Engineering, we have Shashikant Kuntia, and I request Professor J.K. Patnaik to join him.
Shashikant. Shashikant, very good, well done. ये आइए इधर ऐसे. Well done.
Next, from the Mechanical Engineering Department, we have Raju Kumar Thakur, and I request Professor Kalyan Kumar Singh to join.
Raju, welcome, well done, and yeah, thank you. So,
Next, we have Santosh Kumar Bera from the Department of Mining Engineering, and the supervisor is Professor D.P. Mishra. I request him to join. Finally, from the Department of Petroleum Engineering, it's Siddharth Gautam who will be receiving the award, and I request Professor Chandan Guria, the supervisor, to join. Thank you, sir, for giving away the IMTR awards. A big round of applause to all the recipients of the IMTR. There has been a request for a group photo of all the IMTR awardees. So I request the recipients to come up quickly and pose for the picture. I request our director, sir, to join. Later. And now it's time to felicitate those faculty members who made in the top 2% of world scientists in a survey conducted by Stanford University and published by Elsevier's database 2022. And to do the honors, I would request Professor S.P. Banerjee to come onto the stage and give away the awards. Please, sir. Professor Ajay Kumar Mandal from the Department of Petroleum Engineering. Professor Kalyan Kumar Singh from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Professor S.K. Maiti from the Department of Environmental Science and Engineering. Professor Suman Datta from the Department of Chemical Engineering.
A special pleasure for me. I was his PhD guide.
Professor Vineet Kumar Rai from the Department of Physics. Perhaps he is not here. Professor S.K. Das from the Department of Civil Engineering. Professor Sagar Pal from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology. Professor S.R. Samadar from the Department of Environmental Science and Engineering. Professor Mahendra Yadav from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology. Professor V.K. Mukherjee from the Department of Electrical Engineering. Professor P.K. Jana from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Professor Sumanta Kumar Sahu from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology. Professor Barun Kumar Nandi from the Department of Fuel, Mineral and Metallurgical Engineering. Professor S.K. Ghosh from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Professor Biplav Bhattacharya from the Department of Electrical Engineering. Professor Sanjeev Kumar Raghuvanshi from the Department of Electronics Engineering. Professor Amit Rai Dikshit from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Professor Himanshu Gupta from the Department of Management Studies. And finally on the list, Professor Tarachand Amgoth from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. May I request, sir, to stay a while at the stage, sir? We'll go for the MOU exchange right now. And I take the pleasure of introducing our distinguished alumnus, Professor S.P. Banerjee, former director of IISM, an alumnus of 1957 batch Mining Engineering Department and Pickering medalist. He was the dean, professor and head of Center of Mining Environment for several years. Thereafter, he took over as director in charge of ISM. After his superannuation, he was actively involved in many activities like Indian Institute of Coal Management, World Bank, Coal Sector, ESMP project, and several others. Today, sir is here with us to support our mission of 2026 centenary year celebrations of IISM Dhanbad. For the exchange of the MOU, SP Banerjee Scholarship Endowment Fund, I request Professor R.M. Bhattacharjee and Professor SP Banerjee to come forward for the exchange of the MOU. Now I request sir to say a few words to this audience.
It's a great honor for me to stand before you and in this beautifully redecorated hall. First, I want to thank Professor Rajiv Sekar, Director, IIT ISM, for inviting me for this 97 Foundation Day lecture. I was very happy to also be associated to hear the chief guest's address, wonderful address. I don't know, it is very late now. I don't know Mr. Naresh Vasisht is still there or not. Actually, we are all very proud of him, what he is doing for IIT ISM, for his alma mater, for my alma mater. Many of yours, those who are graduating this year, 12th, there will be convocation. It's a great thing Mr. Vasisht has done, and I feel privileged to be here today, to hear his very enlightening and encouraging version. I will add to this, I've been a student in 60s when I've been a faculty that time, and you were a student in the 1960s. ISM was much different. Now ISM is much expanded, and it has done great contributions, served the nation for many years, and very soon it will be 100 years, centenary in 26. It's a very rare event, which we all look forward to it. Every institution is very proud to have served the nation for 100 years. We must celebrate it in its proper way, fittings, whole year celebration, and also something very concrete within the campus. If we look around all major institutions of the world and in India, there are few in India who have got this standing of more than 100 years of celebration. Roorkee is one, ITBHU is another, IIEST, Sipur is another. You look at them, they all have done something very positive and concrete. I think what Mr. Vasisht has done today by announcing a 10 crore further contribution to his 8 crore is a major achievement. I, in my humble way, I made a small endowment here, and I'm making another 5 lakhs contribution for this special centenary fund for online fundraising, so that it can start. And why it is so important now, because it requires planning, it requires execution, and for anything concrete to be done, it requires a minimum period of 2 to 3 years. So therefore, unless we start now with the blessings of all, because I see wonderful the teamwork in the ISM now. In front of me, the hall has been changed. I have been to the departments yesterday, mining department, lot of new things. I saw the video, which the media and branding, the students and staff have prepared. they all show that the great changes which are taking place. I talked to the students also last evening. So I feel that centenary celebration must be done properly. I was talking with Mr. Ashok Kumar, an illustrious alumni, and he said that coins and mints are, can be with the help of the government, can be postal also stamps. They are small things. I think we also need something much more concrete. When I see this auditorium, where I have been for many, many years when I was faculty, as student, though the look has much improved definitely, but this capacity is small now. If you want to have a convocation of 2,000 students, it's too small. So maybe some of the things like, proper building with a lot of parking space where people can come, this sort of thing is required. Maybe some other centenary fellowships. I think this committee or the director and the dean, international relations, alumni relations, they should sit down and prepare now. So today I think I feel very happy that a concrete step is being taken. Mr. Naresh Vasisht announced a 10 crore for that donation. My own small, humble contribution of another 5 lakhs besides the endowment for 3 girls scholarships, which I have started from next academic year, it will start. So like that, I think there will be across the globe, hundreds of thousands of alumni. They'll be very happy to be part of this centenary celebration. I congratulate director, his team of the alumni relations, all the other faculty members here for taking forward this institute. I've seen after I joined in 1953, and I saw the Golden Jubilee, after 50 years, and I found that the Golden Jubilee Lecture Theatre, the 250 seating capacity, is still very nice and it serves well. But I think what we need now to plan something of the centenary which is really required for this institute. With this, I think I congratulate again all the recipients to whom the Stanford University has cited them for their real good work. This is actually ultimately it will be the faculty and the students who make their mark. And I as a teacher, I've always benefited from the reflected glory. And I'm very proud of that. Thank you very much.
I request our director to felicitate Professor S.P. Banerjee. Thank you so much, sir, for visiting your alma mater on its 97th birthday. Sir, the Institute deeply appreciates and expresses its gratitude to you for your benevolent gesture. Next is the Product Development Award for Institutional Governance 2022, and I request our Director, sir, to give away the awards. Please, sir. The first on the list is Professor Saurabh Srivastav from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. He would be receiving a certificate and a check of rupees 10,000. The next recipient for the award for product development for institutional governance goes to Shri Bishnu Kumar from the academic section. He will be receiving a certificate and a check of rupees 5,000. Automated examination scheduling was developed and used in examination schedules using semester registration data with the help of Google Sheet and Google Script. And Shri Vishnu contributed to it. The next on the list is Shri V. Prakash Narayan from the academic section again. He too would be receiving a certificate and a check of rupees 5,000. His contribution is towards web app API for PhD thesis evaluation status query and Google Sheet based PhD thesis management module.
I just wanted to say they are not IT engineers, but they developed the program to make their job and their successors easy. So it's a great achievement.
Next, I call upon Shri Ram Manohar Ji, the Senior Security Officer. The Institute, on this occasion, intends to felicitate him for his contribution and tireless effort for Institute crisis management. He would be receiving a shawl, a certificate, and a check of rupees 10,000. Now I request Director Sir to stay for a while on the stage to felicitate the student achievers. On the list, we have first the PMRF awardees, the Prime Minister Research Fellowship recipients for the year 2022. The first name on the list is of Ms. Tripti Kundu from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology. Tripti Kundu is not here. Mr. Satyam Tiwari. Okay, yes, please. Next, we have Mr. Satyam Tiwari from the Department of Civil Engineering. Mr. Abhishek Datta from the Department of Applied Geology. Ms. Namrata Mani Tripathi from the Department of Mathematics and Computing. Okay, Ms. Anjali Ramashankar Prasad from the Department of Mathematics and Computing. Perhaps they are not here. Mr. Sharadindu Debnath from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology. Now I call upon those students who have achieved notably in 2022 in national and international competitions. And on the list, the first name is of Ms. Aisha Rani from the Department of Petroleum Engineering, Team Catalyst for securing third position in International Switch Energy Case Competition 2022. So this Team Catalyst comprises a set of 4 students, Mr. Saurav Kumar, Mr. Divyansh Verma, Mr. Ayush Divedi. All right, so they are not here. We move on to the next category. Mr. Bhavik Barua from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology for winning a gold medal for 100-meter backstroke men category in Inter-IIT Aquatics Meet 2022. So they've got the classes maybe, finally. All right, so I'll just read out their names. Mr. Bhavik Barua, Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology, for winning the silver medal for 50 meters freestyle men category in Inter-IIT Aquatics Meet 2022. In case if they are here, they can come forward and receive the award. Again, Mr. Bhavik Barua from the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology for winning the bronze medal for 100-meter freestyle men category in Inter-IIT Aquatics Meet 2022. Ms. Ankita Bora from the Department of Civil Engineering, who won the gold medal for 50 meters freestyle women category in the Inter-IIT Aquatics Meet 2022. Again, Ms. Ankita Bora for winning the silver medal for 100 meters freestyle women category in Inter-IIT Aquatics Meet 2022. Mr. Niladri Ghoshal from the Department of Applied Geology for winning the silver medal for 50-meter backstroke men category in Inter-IIT Aquatics Meet 2022. Mr. Bhautik Agarwal from the Department of Petroleum Engineering, who received Energy Leaders for Tomorrow 22 Award by Total Energies and Gunvor Group Limited. So Bhautik is here. Mr. Ashutosh Singh from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, who participated as a team webmaster ISIM and won the Smart India Hackathon SIH 2022 at Chandigarh. This team has other members as well. Mr. Shubham Kare from the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Mr. Abhishek Gaurav from the Department of Environmental Science and Engineering, Mr. Kundu Kumar Kushwaha from the Department of Mining Engineering, Mr. Major Kumar from the Department of Electrical Engineering, Ms. Rajvi from the Department of Mathematics and Computing, Team Webmaster ISM for winning Smart India Hackathon. They're not here. Mr. Aman Harsh from the Department of... So this is Team Webmaster? Good. Let's put our hands together for Team Webmaster. Now comes the turn of the person who mentored this team, Mr. Aman Harsh from the Department of Mathematics and Computing. And Mr. Amresh Jain from the Department of Mining Engineering. The two mentored the team, Webmaster ISIM. Again, it's Aman Harsh from the Department of Mathematics and Computing for winning the website redesigning contest conducted by the Bureau of Police Research and Development, BPRD. And there are other members in his team, Mr. Prakhar Pratap Mal from the Department of Electrical Engineering. If he's here, please come forward. Mr. Harshit Solanki from the Department of Mechanical Engineering and Ms. Rajvi from the Department of Mathematics and Computing. Thank you, sir. So we are done with the felicitations, and now I invite Professor R.M. Bhattacharjee to launch the centenary portal and for the other proceedings. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam, for this opportunity. Professor S.C. Banerjee, my guru, sitting in front of me. Mr. Naresh Vasishtji, the chief guest of this function, who is still there at this midnight in America. Professor Rajiv Sekhar, our director, our alumni, Arora Sahab, Ritolia Sahab, Professor Binay Dayal, all my faculty colleagues, staff colleagues, students. This is indeed a very rare opportunity to launch a portal, and I'm really privileged to do this on this occasion. What a moment. It is the 97th Foundation Day. What can be a better auspicious day than this one to launch a portal for centenary celebration or centenary initiatives? Through this portal, I request all of you to be a part of the history you are going to create in the next century. Next slide. So we have already traveled 100 years of glorious past. This institute has started in 1926 with two branches, mining and geology. Then we have introduced so many subjects. Now it is a confluence of two main tributaries. One is Indian School of Mines with a legacy of almost 100 years and the brand name of IIT. So these two now, yes, we have now IIT ISM. And we are looking for the next century. We are poised for a brighter future. From the legacy of this institute, we are looking forward. All the alumni, or on behalf of all the alumni, I humbly acknowledge that whatever we are today, at any corner of the world, it is for the alma mater. It is for our alma mater. The alma mater has provided us with all nutrients and vitamins to grow taller and taller. And this is the time to give it back to our alma mater. And as Professor Banerjee has told that we are going to celebrate and we do not have really much time. So what we are targeting for, what we are looking for is 100 years, 100 crores. So that is our centenary apple. And as Professor Banerjee also mentioned that there are a lot of requirements, and we do have a long wish list. In the form of many features. Whenever any alumni of this institute think about ISM or talk about ISM, the first thing that comes to their mind is a gorgeous red building in front of, and then with the lush green oval and this beautiful Penman Auditorium and the old Diamond Hostel. Now, as we all seen that this auditorium is having a new look with all modern facilities and gadgets, but still the capacity is really not enough for an institute which is admitting around 1,200 students every year and holding convocation for a batch of around 1,100, 1,200 students. So in our wish list, we have got one of the most priority item is the auditorium with the capacity of around 1,800 sitting capacity. Then as you all know that the first year students have got there are 1,100, 1,200 first-year students, and to offer their common courses, we had to take it in 5-6 classrooms of 200 each. So it is a requirement of number of faculty resources. How to optimize that? We can have bigger, larger classrooms with all modern facilities. So we are also having that wish list of having at least 3 or 4 mega classrooms with facilities and capacity of around 400 sitting capacities. We all understand that nowadays those old days of blackboard is gone. Now we should have modern facility in the classrooms in the form of smart classrooms. And I am very happy to announce that we have already constructed 11 smart classrooms with the generous donation of our alumni and some 2 studio rooms also. We have a plan to construct a few more smart classrooms. And all these, what we are looking for is building another iconic building. In the name, it may be given something like Centenary building, multi-purpose Centenary building, or whatever it is, we'll decide it later on, but which will be housing all these facilities together, this auditorium, mega classrooms, smart classrooms, and then we can have a big conference room and a hall of fame in that building. So that is what we are planning for, and which will require an amount of around 100 crore rupees. And that is our appeal to this, to all our alumni who are there in the whole world. And what we are going to look at there, that this is the old, this red building, the gorgeous building, and what we are looking for is something of those kinds, like the auditorium, smart classrooms. We are on the process of designing, architectural design of the building. We are yet to complete it, but very soon it will be there. And then once it is done, we'll be floating it to the website or the portal. And that is what we are now looking towards, that next century, which will be our offerings from the alumni side to our alma mater. And while making this appeal, what I'll propose is that this is an opportunity. Let us grab this opportunity to be a founder of second century, the glorious future. So I pledge all alumni for pledging your support to be one of the different categories of donors. The first one is the founder or the torchbearer category. And I'm really honored and humbled that Professor S.P. Banerjee has initiated this movement with his generous donation of 5 lakh rupees today as a founder member of this centenary funding. Then we have the categories like bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, which is having that 25 lakh rupees or 25 to 50 lakh rupees or 50 lakh to 1 crore and more than 1 crore. It is all in the individual capacity, but there are options for capacity of donations or contributions as group or batches or even chapters. And again, we have proposed some categories in these chapter donors, like say, opal, emerald, ruby, and diamond. And we are looking for generous donations from our different chapters. And today we have Ritolia sir with us, and I'll request him after some time to share his views and plan for the support from the chapter of Kolkata, ISMA Kolkata. So what we are proposing, let us come together. Let us come together for the brighter future. We have a very ambitious plan, and I'm sure that with the generosity of our for alumni, there may not be many unicorns, but there are many large-hearted alumni in our institute. So I'm sure that we'll be able to achieve our goal. And the benefits the alumni will get, or the donors will get, as usual, will be the tax benefits under Section 80G of the Income Tax Act for 100% tax rebate. And there will be naming rights for all these features like the classrooms, the auditorium, the conference hall, or the Hall of Fame. And the naming rights can be in the individual capacity or in the capacity of batches, groups, or alumni chapters. Then there will be opportunity for enlisting the names of in the Hall of Fame. We are going to create a Hall of Fame with all the donors. They will be enlisted in the Hall of Fame proposed under this centenary building. And we are also proposing to give a unique ID cards, provide unique ID cards for all the donors, which will entitle them for digital access to IIT ISM library, and then having that facilities for availing that guest house facilities at concessional rate. And you have all seen that today, next slide, we have Professor S. Banerjee, who has donated us 5 lakh rupees, and he has already given us a corpus donation of 45 lakh rupees from the savings of his lifetime. So this is really, sir, I cannot really express what does it mean for us. I could not resist myself to take this opportunity even on this occasion to offer something for my alma mater. And I have my very humble contribution today is 1 lakh rupees. I have already contributed through the online portal. And I am also pledging to support 1 lakh rupees each on the foundation day next 4 years, 2023, 24, 25, and 26. From my side, that will be my humble contributions. And as we have already seen that Professor Banerjee has also already contributed that 45 lakh rupees. Now I'll request Ritulia sir. Sir, please come forward and share your views and your plan for support to the alma mater.
सबसे पहले यदि वशिष्ठ साहब हैं तो 2 शब्द वशिष्ठ साहब के लिए। एक तो वशिष्ठ जी आपने जो कहा कि राष्ट्रभाषा के लिए, तो आई एम एज एन आउटलायर, मैं राष्ट्रभाषा में बोल रहा हूँ। और दूसरा, मैं आपको सैल्यूट करता हूँ, आपको साधुवाद देता हूँ कि आपने इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए ये जो इतना जेनरस कंट्रीब्यूशन किया, एंड पर्टिकुलरली ये जो आज आपने कार्बन कैप्चर और सिक्वेस्ट्रेशन के लिए जो कंट्रीब्यूशन किया। मेरा नाम आरपी रिटोलिया है, 69 बैच माइनिंग इंजीनियरिंग, तो और आप 67 बैच के हैं। ज़रूर हमने काफ़ी समय साथ में बिताया होगा इंस्टीट्यूशन में। तो माइनिंग इंजीनियर्स के लिए कार्बन कैप्चर एंड सिक्वेस्ट्रेशन, मैं ये कहूँगा कि ये आपने एक सर्विस की माइनिंग इंजीनियर के लिए, क्योंकि हमारे दिमाग में हमेशा एक डूम्सडे रहता है कि किसी न किसी दिन ये कोल माइनिंग इंडस्ट्री बंद हो जाएगी, अब 2050 में या 70 में। यदि कार्बन कैप्चर एंड सिक्वेस्ट्रेशन होगा तो कुछ साल इसको कोरामीन जरूर मिल जाएगा। इसके लिए सारे माइनिंग इंजीनियर्स की तरफ से आपको बहुत बहुत साधुवाद। ये इंस्टीट्यूशन से एक तो मैंने यहाँ पढ़ा लिखा, उसके चलते लगाव है, और किसी इंस्टीट्यूशन का अपने लाइफ टाइम में शताब्दी वर्ष होना अपने आप में उपलब्धि, उसके साथ जुड़ना। मेरे लिए तो इसकी शताब्दी हो गई है, क्योंकि मैं धनबाद का रहने वाला हूँ, यहीं पैदा हुआ हूँ। इस इंस्टीट्यूशन को देखकर हम लोगों को मतलब इतनी जिज्ञासा होती थी और इतना प्राउड अनुभव होता था, तो उस हिसाब से हमारे लिए तो 100 साल मतलब पूरे हो गए हैं। आप 3 साल की बात करेंगे, बट वी हैव सीन दैट इंस्टीट्यूशन। तो आज इस इंस्टीट्यूशन के लिए जितना भी कंट्रीब्यूट किया जाए, आज हम जो भी हैं, ये टोटल जो है इसकी छत्र छाया में जो हमने प्राप्त किया है उसी की देन है, और इसके लिए कुछ भी करें तो वो कम होगा। तो इन्हें हम्बल वे जो हमारा कलकत्ता चैप्टर है, उसके हमारे प्रेसिडेंट अरोड़ा साहब यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, प्रोफेसर बनर्जी जो पैटर्न है वो यहाँ पर हैं। तो हमने कलकत्ता चैप्टर से ये निर्णय लिया है कि सेंटेनरी ईयर में हम कलकत्ता चैप्टर की तरफ से इंस्टीट्यूशन को 1 करोड़ का योगदान देंगे। ये हमारे कलकत्ता चैप्टर होगा। और उसकी प्रथम कड़ी में आज हम जो है सो यहाँ पर 30 लाख का एक चेक प्रथम कड़ी में डायरेक्टर को और इंस्टीट्यूट के प्रोफेसर भट्टाचार्य जी को प्रेजेंट करेंगे। दूसरी चीज़ एक और बताएं कि केवल पैसे से कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं, आज इंस्टीट्यूट्स का नेम और फेम सारी दुनिया में फैले तो एक ब्रांडिंग की बात होनी चाहिए। तो हमने, और ये फंड रेजिंग नेचुरली इंडिविजुअल तरीके से भी होता है और इंस्टीट्यूट के कुछ सेमिनार वर्कशॉप वगैरह करने से भी होता है। हमने हाल के दिनों में 2 साल के कोरोना के बाद कलकत्ते में एक सेमिनार किया, ओपनिंग अप ऑफ कोल एंड मिनरल सेक्टर अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ अहेड। और इस तरीके से चूँकि आज जो भारत सरकार कमर्शियल कोल माइनिंग को प्राइवेटाइजेशन कर रही है, उसी सब्जेक्ट पर सेमिनार था। आपको ये मैं बता दूं कि मैं बहुत, यहाँ पर जितने लोग बैठे हैं, जो लोग अटेंड किए, हमने बहुत सेमिनार किए, बहुत सेमिनार से जुड़ा हुआ। इतना सक्सेसफुल सेमिनार हमने नहीं देखा। और इसमें हमने जहाँ से भी कंट्रीब्यूशन मांगा, ये हमने आउटराइट कहा कि इसका मेजर कंट्रीब्यूशन स्कूल ऑफ माइंस हमारे अल्मा मीटर को जाएगा। और आपको मैं बता दूं कि जितने भी कॉरपोरेट थे, जिन लोगों के पास में गए, लोगों ने बहुत जेनरसली इसमें कंट्रीब्यूट किया। और इस सेमिनार के मतलब 2 दिन का सेमिनार था, इतना सक्सेसफुल सेमिनार, इवन लास्ट डे टेक्निकल सेमिनार आप भी करते होंगे कि लास्ट डे टेक्निकल सेशन में 200 डेलीगेट प्रेजेंट थे। इस सेमिनार की ये खूबी थी। और जिन लोगों ने भी कहा, उन लोगों ने बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया। नेचुरली इस सेमिनार से हम लोगों ने कुछ फंड भी रेज किया और उसका एक पार्ट हम शेयर करेंगे। तो अभी हम इस सेमिनार में, और ये जो वॉल्यूम भी आया है इसका 3 वॉल्यूम में इसके ये हैं। एक इस सेमिनार के नॉलेज पार्टनर थे KPM जी, हमने एक रिकमेंडेशन भी दिया है। ये सेमिनार की भी बुक्स हम डायरेक्टर को प्रेजेंट करेंगे स्कूल ऑफ माइंस की एक लाइब्रेरी के लिए। एक और मैं बताऊं कि हमारा ISM 69 बैच, हमने अपने बैच से भी कुछ निर्णय लिया है कि हम अपने इस सेंटेनरी सेलिब्रेशन में देंगे। तो ऑलरेडी 10 लाख रुपया हमारा इंस्टीट्यूशन को दिया हुआ है। हम लोग अपने बैच में जैसे जानते हैं सोचते रहते थे कि इसको किस काम में यूज़ किया जाए। तो जब ये सेंटेनरी सेलिब्रेशन की बात आई तो 10 लाख रुपया अब मैं भट्टाचार्य साहब से डायरेक्टर से कहूँगा कि उसको सेंटेनरी सेलिब्रेशन में यूज़ किया जाए। और मैं ये कहूँगा कि ये 1 करोड़ रुपया हमारे कलकत्ता चैप्टर से और 10 लाख रुपया हमारे बैच से, ये यहीं तक सीमित नहीं रहेगा। समय चूँकि 3 साल हमारे पास में है, हम इसमें और भी जितनी संभावना होगी करने की चेष्टा करेंगे। अब मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा कि डायरेक्टर से आने के लिए, और हमारे पैटर्न प्रोफेसर बनर्जी और हमारे कलकत्ता चैप्टर के प्रेसिडेंट मिस्टर VK अरोड़ा से, so that we can have the ceremony of presenting the check. यस, अब हमारे प्रेसिडेंट बोलेंगे।
हाँ, नहीं, मुझे भी इन्होंने इनकरेज किया कि हम लोग भी कुछ करें। तो एक बड़ी खुशी हो रही है मुझे ये अनाउंस करते हुए कि हमारा एक क्लासमेट अमृत चोपड़ा, उन्होंने ऑलरेडी 18 लाख दिया था स्मार्ट क्लासरूम के लिए। तो उनसे जब मैंने बात की तो उन्होंने कहा कि हमने 10 लाख रुपया और देना है। तो इस सेंटेनरी फंड में अमृत चोपड़ा 1961 बैच एक 10 लाख रुपया उनका भी कंट्रीब्यूशन आएगा ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। दूसरी बात है कि जब मैं रिटायर हो गया तो मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा था मैं क्या करूं। हालांकि मैं चीफ मेंटर हूं, बाकी बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ में पार्ट लेता हूं। तो उस टाइम में मेरी पुरानी कुछ यादें ऐसी इकट्ठी हुई कि मैंने अपनी कुछ स्टोरीज़ लिखनी शुरू कर दी। तो स्टोरी लिखते लिखते इतनी अच्छी स्टोरी बन गई कि उसके बाद मैंने रिटोलिया को दिखलाया और बाकी लोग को भी बतलाया। तो उन्होंने बोला इसको बुक फॉर्म में पब्लिश करो। तो आई हैव पब्लिश्ड वन बुक, टेल्स ऑफ अस, शॉर्ट स्टोरीज ऑफ लाइफ, रिलेशनशिप एंड बियॉन्ड। So this book I want to present for the library here, and I'll give it to Professor Rajiv Chandrasekhar.
वैसे आप लोग पढ़ेंगे तो कुछ कुछ इनकी अपनी आप बीती भी है उसमें, तो इन्होंने अपनी स्टोरी भी लिखी है।
ये ऐसी बातें उसमें लिखी हुई हैं जो मैं करना चाहता था और नहीं कर सका, वो सब इसके अंदर में है। Thank you. Thank you very much.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your these contributions. And so we'll conclude our centenary apple. And I'm really happy to say that the centenary portal is already there. Please go through, please walk through the centenary portal, and you will have all the features which I have already described. And I'll request again all of you or all the alumni be the founder of the second century of IIT ISM. Now, before concluding, I'll request Professor Rajiv Upadhyay, because we have another initiatives we'll like to announce here today regarding the group health insurance scheme. So I'll request Professor Rajiv Upadhyay and our alumni, Sri Ashok Kumarji of 1994 alumni, to please come on the stage and please say a few words about these initiatives. Thank you.
Good noon all. Actually, today we have another agenda item related to announcement on alumni insurance scheme. And before we do a formal announcement on that, let me give you a little bit of background on this. Most of us are medically insured, but we have seen that whenever a difficult situation comes on a health condition, we find that we are not adequately insured. And we have passed through this difficult phase of Corona, and we have seen how uncertain our life has been. There have been instances when we had to raise funds for our alumni and the students who were battling through the difficult critical health conditions. So we must be thankful to our director, Professor Rajiv Sekhar, who took notice of this, and it was him who actually ignited this idea of alumni insurance program. Our director is also an alumnus of IIT Kanpur, and he actually is aware of the benefits of the alumni insurance program. So he asked the office of Dean ERA to look into this and formalize a group insurance program for IIT ISM Dhanbad. And it was then that we started looking into all this, and we did several discussions with alumni. We had several online deliberations with alumni chapters, and we also did a market survey. We studied alumni insurance programs of IIT Kanpur and IIT Kharagpur, and we came to know that these insurance programs come with huge benefits. Institutes like IIT Kanpur, Kharagpur, many alumni have joined this alumni insurance program, and actually huge number of alumni joining this program has made it possible to bring down the insurance cost to a significantly low value. So we actually became aware of the benefit of the program. Now the question was how to execute it, how to implement it. Because if it were to be implemented through IIT ISM, it had to go through several procedural steps, and it would have been very much time consuming. So what was decided that one of the alumni chapter should take lead on this and execute all the steps for this alumni insurance program. And I'm thankful, and we all are thankful to the Delhi chapter who took lead on this under the presidency of Sri G. Simrik Sahib. And they have executed all the necessary steps, including engagement of third party for creation of portal, payment gateways, and they have executed all these steps and got us to a stage where we are now able to register for the expression of interest in these alumni insurance program for IIT ISM Dhanbad. And in this context, I would like to thank Ashok Kumar sir, a 94 batch mining engineer. Actually, he has been driving this initiative right from the start. And if we are at this stage, a lot of contribution, significant contribution has come from Ashok Kumar sir. So I would like to request Ashok Kumar sir to just talk about this alumni insurance program a bit before we do that announcement. Thank you, sir.
Director Saab, all our distinguished seniors, will not take naming all of them and the kind of initiative which we have. It's a great moment, great pleasure. I used to be Chainika Sangh editor. I used to get the moment to hold dais. I used to speak in Hindi, but this time I will use English and say, sir. One of the discussion which I had with Director Sahab, and he has got an amazing knack of identifying who will do what. So I was also one of the identification by sir, say that Ashok, please drive it. When we were small, we were managing those the medical requirements. So now what we have come out with a solution, it's a very simple and easy. It's a voluntary in nature. So if I have to buy insurance, I have to go to ISM portal, there is a link where we click. When we think about buying an insurance, it's very, very expensive. And you will be surprised to know a student, which is in the age bracket of 18 to 25, they can get 3 lakh rupees insurance in just less than 3,000 rupees. And they can include their spouse by paying another 600 rupees kind of. So cheap, sir. And this has been done because the kind of he was talking about the insurance, because we have done enough deliberation. And the entry age is up to 65 as of now, so that the cost remains same. And gradually we'll make this age higher next year onwards. So 18 to 65 years of age, anybody can go to the website, they can pay it online, and the individual insurance policy, they will get it. They can also claim income tax for that. So this is an amazing initiative, and I'm sure, so this is one part. So what is the sum insured? 3 lakh and 5 lakh rupees is not good enough in case of the major exigencies. So there are 3 things which you should know. You can buy an insurance 3 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees, but that's not good enough. So then you can buy a top-up insurance of either 10 lakh rupees, which is 1,500 rupees or 2,000 rupees. You can buy up to 20 lakh rupees of top-up insurance. Top-up insurance means if you have bought a top-up insurance with a deductible of 5 lakh rupees, it means that you will not get anything when you do expenditure till 5 lakh rupees, right? So the upper part is covered. So some of them are covered in insurance in their company, and they still want to cover it for in case of exigencies like cancer, battling of a cancer. We have some cases and we are struggling. So this is a top-up insurance. Then you can buy it so cheap. So a great initiative, and final product and outcome has come. So please visit the website. We'll share the details on the WhatsApp. And this is a great initiative which will take care of all the challenges which we face of raising fund. It is voluntary in nature. Anybody who wants can buy, and there is no compulsion to it. We would request everybody to promote this, and so that the bigger participation happens. IIT Kharagpur, I was also involved in providing them solution because I work in this particular sector. XLRI is there, where they have, what they did, they have not bought a basic insurance. What they have done, they have only taken a top-up insurance, in the sense that till 5 lakh rupees, they don't need money, but they can get up to 25. So that 3 combinations are there. Please visit that, and we'll share you on the WhatsApp also, on the email. So thank you, Director Sahab, for also touching the human side of it, the financial side of it. And here, husband, wife can be covered, husband, wife, and the 2 kids can be covered in this insurance program. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The journey of ITISM on the road to a century is really very exciting one, and we desperately wait for ITISM to complete its 100 years so that we are a witness of that day, of that historic day. Now I invite our Director Sir to felicitate our chief guest. May I request our Director Sir to felicitate our chief guest and the other distinguished guests.
Unfortunately, that is not possible. more importantly, being a catalyst for change. So, thank you very much, Naresh.
Now I request Shri V.K. Arora sir to come up on the stage, and I request our director to felicitate him. I request R.P. Ritolia sir to please come up. And Mr. Ashok Kumarji to please come up to receive the honors. Thank you, sir, for felicitating our chief guest and the other distinguished guests.
I am delighted to present a short video, Place to Remember, which is an emotional and a nostalgic response made by our students. I would now invite Professor Rajni Singh for vote of thanks.
I consider it a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks to all those who have joined us in commemorating the 97th Foundation Day of IIT-ISM Dhanbad. On behalf of the entire family of IIT-ISM, I extend my deepest gratitude to Shri Naresh K. Vashisht for being the chief guest of the day and for delivering a powerful and thought-provoking Foundation Day address. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and for gracing the occasion. We greatly value your contribution to the Institute and your support to us. We appreciate your kindness. Thank you, sir. Our illustrious alumni have generously instituted a number of awards in the form of scholarships, medals, prizes, and incentives for promoting excellence in academics and research. I register my gratitude to Professor S.P. Banerjee for generously donating to the Institute's endowment fund and for supporting our mission 2026, Dream Together, Build Together. My sincere thanks to Shri V.K. Arora for appreciating, encouraging, and felicitating our best research year after year through the IMTR Award. Much thanks for your benevolence, sir. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Ashok Kumar, our alumnus from the 1994 Mining Engineering Batch and Vice President, Marsh, India, for stepping in for a participatory role in shaping the Institute of tomorrow. Such is the love of Mr. Ashok Kumar for his alma mater that he attended 2 major events of the Institute back-to-back roughly in a month. I also thank Mr. R.P. Ritolia, ex-CMD, CIL and Executive Council member of Kolkata chapter, for joining the Foundation Day celebrations and for reviving the Connect. Collectively, I thank all alumni for attending your alma mater's 97th birthday and for taking away with you some fresh memories of the day. I put on record my thanks to our director, Professor Rajiv Shekhar, for always standing by us. I thank Professor Dheeraj Kumar, Deputy Director, for his instant and constant support whenever needed. And how can I miss out thanking our print and electronic media friends? Your support to us has been immense and we look forward to your continued support as always. I owe special gratitude to the officers, staff, the entire members of the organizing committee of the 97th Foundation Day, Kaushik Mandal and his team for providing all sorts of technical support. Finally, thanks to my faculty colleagues, students, and the extended ITISM community in making the 97th Foundation Day celebration a memorable one. We are almost approaching our centenary year. There are many hopes, many dreams, many expectations, and paving the roads to be traveled in the next 3 years requires the work of many. So let's dream together and build together for a much stronger IIT-ISM of the next 100 years. Thank you so much.
I request everyone to please stand up for the national anthem. Thank you very much. I would now request you to join us for high tea just outside the hall. Thank you. On your left side.